Hello, my name is Meredith Wekesser, and my colleagues are Guilherme Costa, Piotr, Pasik, and Karl Erickson. Today I am presenting It Shaped My Future in Ways I Wasn't Prepared For, in the Best Way Possible, Alumni Volunteers' Experiences in an Adaptive Sports and Recreation Program. There are significant barriers to sport inclusion for adults with disabilities, and adaptive sports can offer participation. Of the few adult programming opportunities that exist, many benefits have been seen, such as positive social relationships, increased physical activity, higher self-concept, and improved quality of life. However, there's a lack of quality and accessible sports programs for adults with disabilities. One barrier to implementation is lack of education and experience of staff who understand both accessibility and disability in sport. Oftentimes, the volunteers assisting in adaptive programs are able-bodied. Research in therapeutic recreation settings has shown that able-bodied volunteers also experience benefits such as improved comfort and attitudes toward individuals with disabilities and meaningful social relationships among volunteers and participants. While these studies have provided some understanding of able-bodied volunteer experiences in therapeutic programs, there is a need for a more comprehensive understanding of how volunteering in an adaptive sports program may impact volunteers, as these are distinct from rehabilitation programs in the medical model. Michigan State University Adaptive Sports and Recreation Club's aim is to promote health, psychological wellness, and social inclusion for persons with physical disabilities while also forming community with able-bodied volunteers. And these able-bodied undergraduate students help facilitate weekly practices. The program has reached 204 athletes and over 800 volunteers by providing consistent participation opportunities. The purpose of this study was to retrospectively examine the experiences of able-bodied volunteers in the MSU Adaptive Sports and Recreation Club to gain a deeper understanding into reasons for volunteering, the nature of the volunteer experience, and the program's influence. Participants included 105 able-bodied program alumni with a minimum of 25 hours of service. Most participants were kin majors but are now into careers or further schooling. The research design involved a retrospective open-ended survey to explore volunteer experiences while allowing freedom to express thoughts on a topic that may be sensitive, such as disability. Questions asked why participants decided to volunteer, how the program impacted their development, and impactful moments, among others. After IRB approval, the director contacted volunteers via text to gauge interest, and a survey link was sent out. The data was analyzed using codebook thematic analysis with a 5-step approach. This involved formation of main themes and allocation of raw data into them. This process was repeated for the sub-themes, and a critical friend was employed to challenge ideas in organization of themes. 8 major themes emerged and are shown in this model. First, participants had varying reasons for volunteering, some for academic requirements, while others were more intrinsically motivated. Whatever their motivation, they entered into the same context where the program design gave volunteers roles and responsibilities. Throughout this process, volunteers form relationships with others and experience challenges adjusting to and fulfilling their roles. These experiences fostered outcomes such as personal and professional growth. There was an overarching influence of diversity, equity, and inclusion, where participants learned to challenge biases and promote inclusion for persons with disabilities in sport. All these elements led to a transformative experience that had a lasting impact and for many was life-changing. This transformative experience fed into continued motivation for involvement in the program and future work. In the interest of time, I'm going to examine a few of these themes next. With several volunteers being kin majors, there was much to benefit from professionally. Volunteers developed new skills applicable to their future careers and were able to directly apply them. One participant wrote, "I obtained hands-on experience, and that provided me with a foundation that I currently use as a graduate student." Another participant explained they had increased confidence in leadership skills. They said, "Further, if I never realized how beneficial it is to push yourself out of your comfort zone, I wouldn't be where I am today." For DEI, volunteers learn to challenge biases and stereotypes after working with athletes with disabilities. One participant said, "This experience really opens your eyes to stereotypes that are out there and how incorrect those stereotypes are." Volunteers also discuss how they will promote equity and inclusion because of their experiences. One volunteer explained they had an experience in the program. "As a walking able-bodied student, the thought that this paved path wouldn't work never crossed my mind. That moment will stay with me forever and push me to advocate for equal access for all individuals." Overall, this experience was transformative, and it stood out among others. One volunteer expressed their gratitude for the program and said, "It's incomparable to anything I've ever been a part of." The program had a lasting impact as the volunteers graduated and moved to new careers or schools. My experiences continue to influence my character, thinking, and actions within OT school to this day. There are many benefits from participation overall. Volunteers had informal learning experiences that fundamentally altered their attitudes about disability and increased their commitment to promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in sport and occupational contexts. These results align with tenets of transformative learning theory, where individuals experience new perspectives that challenge previous understanding, critically reflect on this dissonance, and seek new and improved ways to understand. Adaptive sports programs are valuable for communities. Individuals with disabilities can have positive sport experiences, and volunteers experience a wide range of benefits that increase understanding and inclusion. Given the utility of well-run adaptive sport and recreation programs, more time, energy, and resources should be invested into them to reap positive benefits for communities and college campuses, as well as increasing physical activity and well-being for individuals with disabilities. Thank you.